Juice incoming. What up, bungas? So, seeing that a decent amount of people have been asking about the build, have been interested in it, have been following it, and have been asking for a video, here we are. We get the juice. Molten Strike of Zenith, Bunga version. 3.26 Mercenaries League. Secrets of the Atlas, right? So, I'm gonna start off with one of the key issues of the TheBUNGA version. Why is it my version? I started off with a strength stacking Reeve 2 leagues ago. Then I moved to this because the game was getting extremely overpowered in the end game. That build is still working, but it's not efficient as this one. And with that said, let's get started, right? One, the build has no sublime vision. The build has no mirror jewels. The build has no adorned and no voices. I will leave some stages to the build from cheaper to best in slot, which that version might be unethical, but if you want to have fun min-maxing, why not? In the video description. And for this specific video, to not make it that long, I'm gonna go over the items, Atlas, MERC, skills, flask and gems, and at the end I'm gonna do one of each Uber, and then I'm gonna follow up with a video later today, if not tomorrow, on doing some Valdos maps, some Titanic Exile bottled maps, maybe some Alva maps, and we see. Maybe I find some other things. But nonetheless, let's get started. Juice. So, we're gonna start off with one of the key items, of course, Mage Blood, which in this case I have reached one of the late, mostly min-maxed versions of the build, and I have it with Warlord influence. The Hunter influence is mostly not that good in this particular situation, but some people might squeeze the +3 max chaos if for Hunter items. With this Warlord, I have another Warlord item here, Hubris Circlet, Crown of Eyes, of course, which is key item to the damage of the build. Increased and reductions to spell damage also apply to attacks at 150 of their value. They are both Warlord, which helps me for the Bound by Destiny jewel, which I'll show when I'll show the Atlas jewels and the skills. Okay, we move on to the Amulet, which is a Simplex Amulet, which is a fail on the 3rd, but it's still a very good attribute amount. The reduced spell damage in PoB is not that high loss, but it's still a damage loss, so I'm gonna maybe try again, we see. But before I got this, I had the Warlord Shaper influence, if I'm not mistaken, Simplex Amulet, with percentage increased attributes and strength, and increased damage per 15 strength, which made these two the Warlord items for Bound by Destiny, and I wouldn't need an influenced Mage Blood, which is very hard to get or very expensive to buy. And yeah. Okay, those are the only 2 amulets for the build. Before those, you check the stages, the links in the video descriptions, because I'm not gonna go over those now. Then we have a Nemesis, which pretty much you need it for the lightning resistance on it, and after that, when you try to min-max, you will need the elemental resistance if the lightning resistance is gone. So you'll pretty much need strength and elemental resistance if you go to min-max the Nemesis. Strength and int is much better than strength and dex. You have enough dex, you might not have enough int until you reach this type of amulet. Next ring, yeah, it has to be shiny, don't forget, it has to be shiny. Also, good roll on dex, it's not the lowest roll on dex, right? Original Sin speaks for itself, and pretty much no explanation needed. Until you get Sin, check the stages. in the video descriptions. We move on to the gloves, which are pretty much straight decent, not mirrored, not extremely expensive. You can craft them yourself 100%, spamming strength or chaos, whatever you want, but I think strength is the better choice because chaos wins you nothing. And yeah, strength, attack speed, life, armor and energy shield, chaos resistance, very important, because if you're not, the build is not immune to chaos, right? And additional physical damage reduction while focused, because I like to click on some altars now and then, and I might, when I have the focus ready and the scuffle is right around the corner, I'm gonna use that, right? Then we move on to the chest. The chest is one of the best so far for the build, right? It has the reduced extra damage from per endurance charge, it has strength, the global defenses, it has very good armor and energy shield, and it has increased attributes. But checking the links, the stages, you will see that 13 attributes might be the better choice if you don't have this type of amulet and you have the other one before it. Also has the well-known implicits, less damage per strength, and increased armor buff, right? Get some juice. Actually, nice one, nice chest, right? But best in slot will be chaos resistance instead of the 6% attributes here. So you can slip in the 50 attack speed while focused on this one instead of chaos resistance. Boots are key to the build, right? Key to the build. And +1 max endurance charge is what you want on them. Next to it, in my opinion, best in slot is regenerate, and then 6% maximum life. Some might think it's 6% maximum life, but it might differ. They might both be good in their own ways. The chaos resistance is low on mine, but I can do with that, right? And I'm not basing my chaos resistance on the Progenesis. Then we have the sword. Mirrored sword, right? The only mirrored items on the build are chest and sword. In this case, I started off with the explode one. It had explode instead of 8% attack speed, which I didn't know that it's bugged, and it doesn't even work if it weren't to be bugged. And if it would work, it's a dumb mod by itself. 1. These boots cannot deal non-chaos damage, cancel out the explosions because it's bugged. Why? Because you are not the one dealing damage. You deal your own damage, which is chaos, to kill the monster. Then the monster dies and explodes with its own damage. Its explosion from its death is dealing damage, not me. But that damage is also being cancelled out because you cannot deal non-chaos damage. So the explode mode is bugged. Secondly, because of the MERC that we'll go over after, you're gonna use these gloves for rarity. And the mod with explode says enemies you kill have 25 chance to explode with 10% of their life. And him getting the kills is not gonna work. And if it's gonna work by itself, 25% chance for 10% of life is nothing. That's a mod to stack with other mods on chest and on other items. Okay, we went over the equipment. We're gonna go over the Atlas jewels now. Atlas jewels. Then flasks. Okay, gonna go fast over it. I have a very good watcher. There's only one at the moment offline like it. Energy shield per hit, life enemy per hit, and chaos resistance by purity of elements. Very good. You have very good sustainability and life and energy shield per hit with this, extremely good. And the chaos resistance, of course, again good. We have Valako. Moving on. We have Emperor's Mastery. In this case with reduced bleed duration, because we have Bound by Destiny with Corrupted Blood, so we don't need the Corrupted Blood Flask, with 15% increased strength, the only mod I'm getting bonus from. We have Megalomaniac. It doesn't show, but it has a blessed wall of muscle and Born of Chaos, which in this case, as of now, is one of the best. As of now, I found to be one of the best. We have 2 split personalities with strength and life, and we have the ever knowingly 14136, which gives 6 strength points for the build. And it has, you cannot be maimed. You actually benefit from that. It actually works, but the reduced poison doesn't because you're immune to poison. The rare ones, we have Graceful Execution, Martial Mastery, Prowess with 8 strength, but you pretty much, it's hard to find those, so you might have to mirror the one, but you don't need to mirror the one, or you buy with 5 strength, which is pretty much the same. This is the same one here, exactly the same one here. And we have 3 rare jewels that are exactly with the same mods, but they're synthesized. This one has int, this one has life per enemy hit, which is very good, accuracy, and this one has strength. Those are it. A really quick look to the Atlas. You start off here, you go like this. Why not take this point or this point, if you're asking, is because of the split personality. You go around here, you take this, which is a key of the build. You go up here for the +1 max endurance charge. You take this, which is very good for the build. You get this, you get, you see, you go here, endurance charge, jewel socket. You go here. You might, if you prefer to take something from here, you might take the strength out, right? You might take the beef out from here and put the mastery in. You go here with the mastery, increased attributes, of course. Here I have the rune graft of the warp. When I want to do alva maps, I take out the strength, or I take out the maximum chaos resistance, but I prefer to take the strength and put the mastery in here. You go down here, you do these. You go here, you put the gem. You have endurance frenzy, you do these. You have 15% increased maximum life. You have mana reservation. You get these, you get these. You go here. You go here, you go here, you get this. You get this, right? Then you go, you get precise technique, you get point blank, and you do this. All the dexterity nodes that you have possible are 10, which makes you immune to poison. All of them have chance to avoid being poisoned, and I think I missed some, but those are it. It's 100%. There you go. And this is a 5% reduced extra damage from critical strikes, which you might not be able to take until you have this amulet. There we go. Moving on to the flasks. We have, of course, Progenesis, and some people ask me why am I using the increased effect and not the perma used when the flask is done or charges, right? Because one, it's better this way. Increased effect makes it have better damage mitigation. It takes it to 35 or something, not 25. Secondly, you are not permanently and constantly fighting extremely hard mobs. Even inside the Alva, even inside one ritual for Titanic Exiles, 10 seconds is enough to finish the ritual, and is enough even in Alva to kill the first round. Then and you're always not in the middle of something. You're moving, you're killing, you're moving, you're killing, and you will not take that much damage because the build is also very good mitigating damage. Not that very good in the chaos, but not bad at all. But with chaos is not chaos immune, but it's still good. It's still very good. Which you use for mapping alongside Awaken Ancestral Call. We're gonna get to the gems right after the flasks. For bossing, you change it to the Prismatic Tincture because the increased elemental damage with melee weapons attack works on the fire damage per strength synthesized implicit and the lightning flat on the sword. And you put weapon attack speed so you can proc faster the 5th attack on Molten Strike of Zenith. And you change Awaken Ancestral Call with concentrated effect support for much more single target damage for when you're farming Ubers, and you're gonna see right after the explanation because we're gonna do one Uber of each. There we go. Then you have Dabbler's Flask, Onslaught Flask, which in this case I have with armor, but until you can get corrupted blood on at last jewel, you will have it with immune to bleeding and corrupted blood. Moving on, Quicksilver Flask, movement speed, reduced effect of curses, and with the increased effect, it makes you immune to curses. Ruby Flask, fire resistance, right, for Valaco, fire resistance for Valaco, 5 to maximum resistance, and so on, with regenerate life, which becomes almost 6%, which is extremely needed for the build, so you can be not worried about bleed, you can not worried in Maven fights and so on. And you have your resistances, elemental resistance, Bismuth Flask with additional elemental resistance. That's pretty much it, those are the flasks. I'm gonna hover over some other megalomaniacs that are good, and you're gonna stop and watch it. So if you are interested, you're gonna know about them, which you might come around and find them on your way to the best in slot or the one that you find best for you. And of course the int split personalities that you might need until you get this type of amulet. And of course the Watcher's Eye for the Iron Fortress version, right? Because Iron Fortress version needs 50 more. You have 90 with this, with 50 reduced crits, right? And there you go. Moving on to the skill gems. We're gonna go fast over them, starting with the sword, Withering Step, Mark on hit support, Sniper's Mark, Blood Rage, enhanced support on automation. Some people ask why automation, because I don't like pressing a lot of buttons, and in the span it has the cooldown for Withering Step and Sniper's Mark, or Mark on hit, whichever has it. It works even at bosses. It's working, and it's working good. You just don't have to press the button again. Right? Moving on. We have our Purity of Elements on the helm, because it has 90% reservation in this case. We have Discipline, and we have Arctic Armor with Enlighten on the helm. Pretty much speaks for itself, right? We have these, Discipline, Arctic Armor, Discipline, Purity of Elements. We got Flesh and Stone on the boots with Immortal Call and Cast when damage taken support. But why do I have Veil Molten Shell alone here? Because you cannot have two guard skills at the same time. Because if you have Molten Shell up and Immortal Call is ready to proc, it's gonna proc, but it's gonna cancel your Molten Shell. Immortal Call has better damage mitigation than Molten Shell. But well, when you're mapping and you see Immortal Call proc, you're gonna see it overhead, you might have an MTX for it, it's gonna have not 2.5, buff lasts 1 second. So you see it, you say 1 with your mind, you count in your mind, 1, and it's gone. And then you have to wait another, what is this? And then you have to wait another 2.5 seconds for it to proc. After you see it proc, you press Molten Shell. So you have one guard skill up used fully, and until it's ready again, you're gonna use the other one. There you go, juice incoming. Moving to the Leap, where is it? We have Leap with life tap, so you don't have mana problems. Fortify, because in maps you will be constantly fortified, and even at bosses you leap once and that's it, right? Or a couple of times. And Rage, which pretty much in maps you are at full rage, but at bosses not so much, but you don't really miss it at bosses. And of course the chest, the main skill, Molten Strike of Zenith, right? With Awaken Multi-Strike support, which in my case is better than the normal one because you have more attacks per second and you have better sustainability because of the ES and life per hit, but it might proc faster with normal multi-strike. But with faster attack speed, in the big picture, it's pretty much better. Let's face it. Life tap, 100%. Awaken greater multiple projectile support for more projectiles based, 100%. Slower projectile support, which is very good, more projectile damage. And of course you have your Awakened Ancestral Call support, which you change with concentrated effect for single targets. There we go. The character build is done. Moving on to the MERC, which is a part of the build. Right? We got Reaper, P2 Oro High, right? Or whatever his name is. I think I said that right. Strength. You might find a Reaper with Strength and Int or Strength and Dex, if I'm not mistaken, which can use a sword or something like that. But in this case, I think this one is the best in slot, and I'm gonna tell you why. At the moment, I have the rarity version on, which, as you can see, increased rarity is 467. But the 60% increased rarity of items dropped by slain rare or unique enemies is not counted. So it's 527. And with that said, starting off with the gloves, best curse for this build is Enfeeble. Second to that is Temporal Chains. And the gloves are specifically so he can get the kill for the rarity. We got the all-known Chaos Binding with rarity implicit, of course. For the nearby enemies, convert 20 of their physical damage to fire, get some juice. You have Replica Alberon's Warpath for cannot deal no non-chaos damage because he has no chaos damage, and he will not do damage, he will not aggro the enemies. With best in slot, in my opinion, Armor while stationary or regenerate and life. Has to be shiny. The percent strength doesn't matter, the chaos might be better higher, the armor 100% is better higher. We got Soul Taker, which best in slot. Wait a minute. Soul Taker for the insufficient mana does not prevent your melee attacks, but I don't think he would have the right need. But best in slot will be Wood with increased area of effect implicit and fortify. And moving on to Jack the Axe, grants level 20 first of 4 blood first, right? 4 blood skill, which is steal or regenerate, or I forgot something. Only for that, the rest doesn't matter because it doesn't deal damage. You got the Helm, which is best in slot for most of them. Life, Chaos, Rarity, the regen I think is best in slot, and the implicits are very good. Then we get the Rarity chest on him. He's not dying, don't worry, he's not dying. We get the Rarity chest for the 100% rarity, pretty much. +1 max resistance and reduced chaos damage would be best in slot, but any reduced fire, cold, anything would be best. Then we have Defiance with rarity, of course, because it's the rarity version, and that's pretty much it. Beacon of Hope is important, 80% increased area of effect of your aura skill, so you never miss out on his determination and vitality. And we have a Calandra's Touch mirroring a high rarity and life ring. The ES doesn't matter, he doesn't care. And why do I say this is the best in slot? Is because, of course, he has the best 2 auras that you can have for your build, one of the best. And he has this. Throws chains ahead, chaining targets hit. Enemies chained will grant rage when hit. So it's good for boss, right? And it's good for mapping. When chains are broken, they snap and deal damage in area around the target. Okay. In rage for a short duration, doesn't matter because it doesn't do damage. Creates a borrowing charge. Damage from this skill has a chance to intimidate on hit, so you might benefit from that. I don't know. Release an Arc of Pure, it doesn't deal damage, and of course the 2 auras. There you go. That's the MERC. That's the rarity version MERC, and we go to the determination version MERC. Because if you do Valdos, you use determination, and you change rarity Chaos to determination Chaos, Defiance to determination with same Beacon of Hope. You get a determination implicit synthesized ring or whatever you can to mirror it for 40. And I like to put this on him for the take no extra damage from critical strikes +5, and of course the implicits. Or you can either try this, of course again with determination of Beacon of Hope and Chaos Heart, the Untouched Soul and Chaos Heart for more life, but it's the survivability in my opinion is better with these 2, even if he has 6.7 life. With these two we would have a 10k or 9 point something. And there you go. If you don't find Enfeeble, you get Temporal Chains. Also the Chaos on this pretty much takes it to maximum on the gloves. And I have my Ghoul here for Alva, but that's for when I do the other video, right? With that said, let's do one Uber of each. And you don't you take the rarity version at the Ubers. There we go, because he will not die. We're not gonna do Shaper. We're gonna start off with Cyrus. There we go. And of course, because we're doing Ubers, I like to take off Progenesis also, because the faster you deal damage, the faster you outphase him and move on to the next phase, or kill him and move on to the next phase. Yeah, we're gonna have to listen to this. I hear nothing, huh?
How boring and small. Who wants the Atlas?
Oh, that's
Take
slow.
it.
Why?
It's yours.
It doesn't matter. It's all good.
For it, I will burn to the ground.
I usually was a carry the entire league, and I am at the start of each league. And was doing this not with this version, but with weaker version, even with two people inside waiting for the kill. You come beneath the Cyrus, so you take him down fast. You activate Focus and Flask. You watch in which direction he's going, and there you go, you outphase him. There you go. You can even stay a little bit. You can take damage from these, right? Look, patches, right? You're taking damage from those. So don't stay in those, but they're not gonna kill you instantly. You can go in this a little bit, but you can die if you stay a lot. You're not gonna insta-get one shot from the big storm. Then you go beneath him, exactly. So he gets down. Again, activate Focus and Tincture, not Flask. And there you go. You outphase him. This probably is gonna be the longest fight, if I'm not mistaken, because of the phases, but it should be okay. You can do this, right? He's close to the exit, you go in the storm under him. You call him back, call him down, there you go. Storm moves out, he comes back fast. Again, you do the same thing, and he's pretty much outphased to level 3. There we go, you can sit in this, the explosion does nothing. The patches, also in maps, have very high degen. And I think they also scale with extra as or something. Almost died there, Wait a minute, let's not die for the video. That was stupidity, right? You don't go in there because you're not made to stay in it. Very few builds can stay in there, but don't have the same damage. And we attack him, and there it is. Uber Cyrus, right? And level 85, there we go. Samite helmet, and we got a Bismuth Flask, so there we go. Is it a good roll? 26-25, not the best roll, right? We're not gonna take that and return to town, which is very stupid. You should return to your hideout. Why should I return to town from this? You should even be able, after you kill any Uber in its map, to press hideout shortcut to go to hideout. There we go, next one, let's take them all. Let's throw this. We get 5 of this, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5 of this. Let's do the Cortex first, because it has phases also that you most likely have to wait. We're gonna do with a oh, it doesn't matter. But it's pretty much the same. It doesn't change anything. And I'm not sure if the Maven actually adds anything, except the fact that you complete for the invitation, right? I'm not gonna do the map, of course. We're gonna go straightly for the boss. There's a trick here that might be better to use Awakened Ancestral Call, so you can sit in one place when the portals will be spawned, right? So you can kill them both so you don't have to move. There we go, we got him. We deactivate Tincture so it gets its cooldown down, right? You don't need it here, pretty much. You don't really need. I'm not pressing tincture. The tincture is off, but it's faster. It's blocking the 5th attack on the Molten Flag of Zenith faster, right? Oh, okay. Here, I'm gonna show you. So the portals spawn, and if I stay here, there you go. The other portals are not being targeted. But if I put this, it's not being targeted. No, you have to jump from one to another. So it works without. Wait a minute. Good to know. It works with less area of effect. So let's put it back. Let's hope I'm not gonna die from that. But you're not dying because the more damage you're taking, the more yes you're regening. When you stand in place, of course, because of Arctic armor, you take less damage. When you move, you have better regen. Let's check it. Life regen on standing 1-2, 1-3. Absolutely juice. Activate focus and tincture, and there they go. We're not gonna need these, but Progenesis is much better for right defense. If you feel that, because it is possible right now if I go in the Uber Ether to get one shot, 100%, because it's Path of Exile. But usually when you do Ubers, you either farm for yourself or have 1, 2, or 3 people inside, and one death is not gonna be absolutely no problem. So we got fire damage, lightning damage, and lightning resistance, a map, and nothing, right? Moving on, we go to... what are we doing now? Let's do the Elder, because it's also a little bit... we're gonna do Maven last. We're gonna do with the Maven, right? We're gonna do Maven last, and we see what after this. Let's see if we can hit a Sublime and watch her to drop for the video. Let's talk to Xana there. Give Xana a coin. Make her feel celestial. And here, well, the only thing you need to worry about in here is Shaper Balls. The free Vegeta balls, right? Phase Shaper first. I'm moving too fast. There you go. You sit in this. It's taking a little bit of damage, but it's not gonna kill you. Shaper Balls are damaging. Right? If you stay in them, you might even die. Because they are doing a lot... oh, you're not gonna die. There you go. But they are doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage. So be aware of that, right? Let's check it. Boom, boom. The first ball, you see. Oh, 25% of life. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage taken, right? And if you take 9, you might die. Let's check it. I was attacking. And because life per hit, I didn't die. I didn't even take the damage. Didn't have time to take the ES down. Not even hit life. You can sit in this, you can attack constantly. You don't move. Whenever you see Xana's beam, you're gonna see Xana's beam very soon. Where is she? Or I'm mistaken? Wait, it's... no. There we go. You already outphased them. It's done. Let's stay in the balls. Let's stay in the balls. There you go. If you attack in the balls, you don't have problems. If you don't attack, there you go. You almost died. That's pretty much the only damaging thing in this. If he does the purple ball shape, the purple ball phase, you sit in place. You do not move. You either go in a corner or you sit in place in the middle of the map. You can sit in the pawns. You have no problems in the pawns, right? You can sit in them. They're not gonna degen you. Where is it? We killed the Shaper and Elder is dead. There we go. Juice incoming.
I cannot do this yet. From the pit to the grave.
Yeah. We got an Exalted Orb and that's pretty much it. Absolutely. Wait, oh, we got these. Wait a minute, we got those. Why are they like that? But you exit. That's how it's done. You exit. If you want to be sure. And you go back. And it might be a late drop. It happened to me personally, if not 2 times, 3 times, right? Maybe these. No, it's not gonna happen. So that's pretty much it. Xana took the Watcher and the Sublime. We're not gonna do Shaper. No, because it's dumb. It's a dumb fight just because of the inner things, right? You have to go there and there. Let's go this. What is this? -10. -10, I think that's the worst one, right? I think that's the worst one. It's 1C or something. Pre-divine. Oh, that's not bad. Not bad. Let's go. We got Uber Exarch. You do nothing. Where he stands is the best place to stand. You go inside his area, circle of existence, and you activate. You're not gonna outphase him on the first damage. It's not happening. You sit still. You might not be in the perfect place. You got hit by one ball, you got hit by not. No, not. One. Oh, that's the good spot, exactly. Because where he hits, only one ball from each side comes. You watch your life. Usually Maven kills the balls they... Oh, whoop, that was nice. That was nice, you see? You see? That was nice. Right through the balls, right? You get the staff and it's 70. Yeah. And there you go, that's the Uber Exarch. You can take a lot of balls, but if you take a lot at once, you're not gonna be able to run around and in them like who was doing that? I forgot. What? There we go. Uber Eater. There's a small chance here that he might one-shot you with I forgot even with which. But he probably will not. Everyone knows the mechanic here. Keep attacking. Breaking Mass is gonna die. There we go. We find Nemesis. No, we found 28. Not the worst, right? Not the worst. One divine. And we're left with the Maven. There we go. Juice incoming. And it's pretty much simple. You cannot outphase it anymore like you could in Ritual League to kill her on the first spot, even if you had the damage. You will outphase her decently fast. Don't forget to enable focus and tincture. Not all the balls usually hit her. She sometimes stands and not takes any damage, so keep that in mind. You can get hit by any degen here, right? If you run around, it's gonna finish its degen until you have half or 25% life. Yes, it's going down because of Blood Rage. Leap, one move in all three, that's simple. Always be as close as possible to the single target, because projectiles return to you. So, if the enemy is in your spot, it returns to them also. You can sit in the pond, there's nothing happening in the pond, you don't even feel the degen, right? That's because your MERC has level 21, if not 20, vitality. The Cascade of Pain doesn't do any damage, I think. There we go. Or it does, but if you attack her, you can counteract it. You will get one shot from the big explosion, so don't stand in that. Very few builds can do that, and those that can do it have not that good damage, right? I activated both, but why did I do that? Memory game comes. There we go, you can kill her now. If she does an attack, I might die. I died. I stood too much in the in her attack and also the lasers. But we're gonna do the memory game, so you can see you can go in the laser. You're gonna degen, but not a lot. You can move and you can counteract it. I think I forgot. I think I missed it. Up, left, right, up, left. I forget. I think it's this. Up, left. I'm gonna fail this. Yeah, that's not part of the demonstration. I'm gonna go straight to the Maven and attack, right? You could have face tanked that. You could have face tanked that attack, the circle, right? There we go, we got the crown and an orb of confidence. And with that said, to not make the video that long, it's already been half an hour. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to follow the channel, follow the stream, get some juice, and if not today, tomorrow we're gonna follow up with Valdo maps, Titanic Bottled Exiles, maybe some Elvas, and we see what else. And with that said, Juice incoming!